If you want to transfer data from your old iPhone to iPhone 17, here's what you can do. So during the initial configuration, once you choose the language and your region, let me quickly change the region over here. Let's go to United States, and then we can select the appearance. And after that, you should be able to find quickly set up iPhone. And most likely you should be able to immediately see this pop up on your old iPhone. So if that happens, you can just simply press continue. However, in case it doesn't show up, make sure that Wi-Fi is enabled, Bluetooth is enabled on your old iPhone, of course. And in addition to that, you might need to start charging your old iPhone as well. If possible, of course, make sure at least that you have enough battery. Another thing that you want to do is make sure that you are running the latest version of iOS on your old iPhone. So you can open settings, then choose general, and then open software update. And if there is a new update, then of course you want to update your old iPhone before you start transferring. And even if you don't have the latest iOS version that is generally available because your old iPhone is no longer eligible for the latest updates, then of course it doesn't really matter. You just have to have the latest version for your iPhone, for your old iPhone. And last but not least, if this still doesn't show up, you might need to lock the screen on both devices, on your old and iPhone 17. And if that didn't help as well, simply reboot your old iPhone and the new one as well. So you can use the side button and volume button. Use volume down button. You want to hold it in order to open the power menu. You will have to slide to the right in order to power off, and then of course boot it up again. And do the same thing with your new iPhone 17. So once we have this set up a new iPhone option, we can just press continue. First, we need to enter the passcode for setup. There we go. And you should be able to scan this wave over here that we have on our new iPhone 17. We need to put it into this circle over here on our old iPhone. There we go. Now we just have to wait a couple of seconds, and I'm gonna choose setup for me because of course this new iPhone 17 is for me, so I'm gonna confirm over here. Now on our iPhone 17, we need to enter the passcode that we use on our old iPhone. So enter the passcode, and then we are setting up our iPhone 17. Then you might need to wait even a few minutes in order to let iPhone activate itself. If you have eSIM on your old iPhone, then you can immediately scan the QR code as well in order to actually get it, I believe. Or you can then enter details manually. And if you don't want to do that right now, then of course you can set it up later in settings. So I'm gonna skip that for now. Then we have data and privacy. So you can read that and then press continue. And after that we have Face ID. So you can set up Face ID on your iPhone 17 if you want to. Now, I'm just gonna skip that, but of course feel free to press continue and then you can scan your face, just like you did on your old iPhone, I believe. So let's press set it up, and then we can choose how we want to transfer our data. So you can use iCloud, or you can transfer directly from iPhone. And if you don't know which option to choose, usually the iCloud version or the iCloud option is the fastest one, because we don't really have to transfer from phone to phone. We just use the backup that we have created on iCloud, and then we can use that in order to download it from iCloud essentially. So you use your Wi-Fi for that. So I'm just gonna choose that one. However, if you don't mind, you can of course transfer everything from phone to phone by choosing the second option, and this might also be the solution if you actually do not use iCloud for backup. Now after that we need to agree to terms and conditions, and then we are signing in. After that we can press continue or customize if you want to choose what you want to exactly transfer. But in that case we can just press continue, of course. So let's go ahead and press continue. Now over here we can press continue as well in order to make sure that we have automatic updates for iPhone, whereas on our old iPhone we can see that we are already synchronizing and updating the data. Alright, so over here we can press continue, and then we have the rest of the initial configuration. So then we have location, so we can enable location services if you want to. I'm just gonna choose to set it up later in settings. And there we go. Over here, as you can see, we can enjoy our new iPhone immediately. We can press done over here. in order to close this, whereas on this one we can also use some other stuff, like we can set up the Apple Pay if you want to. So you can go through these options one by one in order to decide what you actually want to use. In this case, we have new stuff like the notification summarization. We can choose what we want to summarize. We have priority for notifications. We have information about the camera control, visual intelligence with the camera control, and so on and so forth. So definitely worth taking a look at this information that will be displayed. Unfortunately, right now we have to wait a couple of seconds. Then we have Siri, of course. I'm just gonna set it up later. I don't care about it right now. But of course, in your case, you might want to do that right now. We're gonna press continue for emergency SOS, and now we are restoring from iCloud. So now we are actually downloading the data that we have uploaded on our old iPhone. So now we just have to wait for the download to be done, which might take you even like half an hour if you have lots of data that you actually uploaded to iCloud. And once the iCloud backup is downloaded on your new iPhone 17, then you should be able to scroll up, enter the passcode, and there we go, restore completed. We can press continue. Once again, we have the option to set up the Face ID. If you didn't set it up, then you can do this again. Once again, we have everything that I just skipped, so unfortunately we have to go through these options again if you decided to skip them. And then you might also see the information about what is new on iOS 26 or on your iPhone 17, generally speaking. So we can just press continue and then get started, and there we go. Everything that you had on your old iPhone 17, sorry, on your old iPhone, you should have it now on iPhone 17. And that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, leave a like and subscribe.